Hello everyone, and especially to our instructor. Good day, ma'am. Today, I will be discussing 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, which is Article 8, the Judicial Department. By the way, I am Aaron Uchigi Galupi, BE Scream 1 from Section E. Judicial Department. Power rests with the Supreme Court and the lower courts as established by law. Article 8, Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution. Its duty is to settle actual controversies involving rights which are legally demandable and enforceable. So, kailangan daw nga ang Supreme Court kay mag-establish by law, maghimo sa balaod, and then legally nga demand gigay siya o kanang enforceable. Section 1. Article 8 is consist of 16 sections. And Section 1. The judicial power shall be vested in one Supreme Court and in such lower courts as may be established by law. So, judicial power, kinahanglan nga mag-vest sa Supreme Court and in such the lower court o pati na ang mga ubos nga mga korte nga mag-establish sa ilang balaod. Second paragraph is, judicial power includes the duty of the courts of justice to settle actual controversies involving rights which are legally demandable and enforceable. So mo to ganina mga demand kayo, di ba? O kanang mag-enforce din ka kanang magkanta kag enforcement na to determine whether or not there has been a grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction on part of any branch or instrumentally of the government. And then sa Section 2, the Congress shall be the power to define, prescribe, and apportion the jurisdiction of the various courts but may not deprive the Supreme Court of its jurisdiction over cases enumerated in Section 5. So, dire sa Section 2, ang Kongreso kinahanglan nga naay power have the power to determine. So, ilahang pangitaon o klaruhon ang prescribe and apportion to the jurisdiction. And then, no law shall be passed reorganizing the judiciary when it undermines the security of tenure of its members. So walay balaod nga mo labay mo lusot nga dili otro pag-organize sa judiciary when it comes to security and tenure of its members. So, 'di ba? Sa ilang mga membro. And then sa Section 3, the judiciary shall enjoy fiscal autonomy. Appropriation for the judiciary may not be reduced. O dili na makuhaan ang reduce sa legislature below the amount appropriate from the previous year, and after approval shall be automatically and regularly released. So dili makuhaan ang mga appropriate amount sa previous years. Pagka human approve, kinahanglan automatically gyud nga ma-release. And then next is Section 4, paragraph 1 and 2. So dire, the Supreme Court shall be composed of a Chief Justice and 14 Associate Justices. So daghan kayo ang korte kuno shall be composed. So naa sila'y Chief Justice and 14 Associate Justices. Una, napay 14 kabuok nga Associate Justices. It be set in bank or in its discretion or division of 3, 5, or 7 members. So, ang division nila is 3 or 4, ay 3, 5, or 7 members. And then, sa paragraph 2, all cases involving the constitutionality of a treaty, international and executive agreement or law, which shall be heard by the Supreme Court in bank, and all other cases which under rules of court are required to be heard in bank, including those involving the constitutionality application. So dire involved na ang constitution nato or the international or executive agreement, mga pag-agree sa balaod which shall be heard. So dito na sa Supreme Court na dunggon all other cases which under rules of court. Ang tanan mga kaso under na siya sa rules of court, required to be heard in bank. O, diba? Tanan kaso na siya sa balaod sa korte nga required sa heard in bank, diba? Next is paragraph 3 in section 4. Cases or matters heard by the division shall be decided or resolved with the concurrence of a majority of the members who actually took part in the deliberation on the issue in the case and voted thereon, and in no case without the concurrence at least 3 of such members. And then required number is not obtained. So there is a paragraph 3 section 4 guys is mga cases or matters nga dunggon sa division heard by a division shall be decided. Ilan ang i-decide, ilang i-resolba, ilan ang tagaan sa panahon para ma-resolba. So kinahanglan gid nga naay majority sa members na adto nang naada na nga kuan kay para actually took part in the deliberation, makita nila, mahibal-an nila ang mga issue, kuan nila ang mga kaso para ilang botaran diha. And then section 5 paragraph 1 and 2, the Supreme Court shall have the following powers. Muna siya ang section 5. 1. Exercises original jurisdiction over cases affecting ambassadors, other public ministers and consuls, and other petition for certiorari, prohibited, mandamus, and then kaning uban. So muna siya ang naa sa section 5. Exercise original jurisdiction over cases. So naana na ang mga ambassadors, public administration, administrators, and then mga consuls. And then sa number 2, review, revise, or reverse, modify, or affirm on appeal or certiorari as the law or the rules of court may provide, final judgments and orders of lower courts in. So dani na ang ilahang i-review nila, utro-utrohon, i-review, i-revise o muna to utruhon, and reverse bali-balihon, and then modify ilang pang dugangan nila, ilang pang butangan o inana. And then section 5 paragraph 2 is all cases in which the constitutionality or validity in any treaty, international or executive agreement, law, presidential decree, proclamation, order, instructions, ordinance, and regulation is in questions. So dani na tanan mga balaod, mga presidential decrees, proclamation, mga instructions, ordinance, nanadani ipangutana na sila. And then sa sentence B number 2, all cases involving the legality in any tax imposed, assessment or toll or any penalty imposed in relation to, o dani na ang mga apil na mga legality, any tax, mga bayro nun, mga impose, ilang ipang impose, assessment, mga toll, and then mga penalty in relation. And then sa C, all cases in which the jurisdiction of any lower courts is in issue. So tanan mga kaso nga ang mag-handle jurisdictions or any courts naagi na siya sa issue. And then sa D, all criminal cases in which the penalty imposed is recreation perpetua or higher. And then E, all cases in which only an error or questions of the law is involved. Oh, tanan kaso nga ang mugawas ka error is or question mark. So wala na resolba ang mga cases. Naaga po na siya uban gapon ang balaod na ang law. Section 5 pa again, gapon paragraph 3 to 5. Assign temporarily judges of lower courts to other stations as public interest may require. So, mga assign na mga temporary mga judge sa mga ubos nga mga courts sa mga station public interest may required. Such temporary assigned shall not exceed 6 months. So, dili siya mag-exceed 6 months without consent of a judge concerned. So, kung wala pa na kuan ang judge, wala pa consent. And then number 4, order a change of venue or place in trial to avoid the miscarriage of justice. So, ang uban ga order nga balhinon ang venue, balhinon ang place sa kibali hearing or trial para ma-avoid ang miscarriage sa justice, sa hustisya. And then promulgate rules concerning the protection of enforcement of constitutional rights, pleading, practice, and procedure in all courts, the admission of the practice of law, the integrated bar, and the legal assistance to the underprivileged. So, dani na ang i-practice nila ang protection, concern sa mga protection sa privilege, sa pag-enforce sa constitutional rights, practice and all the procedure in courts. And then section 6, the Supreme Court shall have administrative supervision other all courts and the personnel. So again, the Supreme Court shall have administrative supervision other all courts and the personnel thereof. So dinhi sa section 6 sa article 8 kay ang Supreme Court shall have administrative na agina sila mga administrative supervision under pati na ang mga korte o lower courts na gina sila yung mga personnel, mga staff. And then section 7, no person shall be appointed member of the Supreme Court or any lower collegiated collegiate court unless he is a natural born citizen of the Philippines. So, walay tao na i-appoint para ma-member sa nga Supreme Court nga dili nga dapat natural born citizen siya sa Philippines. Dili dili siya giakuan na anak sa kuan o from other countries. And then sa number 2, the Congress shall prescribe the qualifications of judge of the lower courts, but no person may be appointed judge thereof unless he is a citizen of the Philippines and a member of the Philippine Bar. So, again, nagipon na siya sa paragraph 1 nga kinahanglan gid nga dapat kung siya sa citizens of the Philippines siya and also a member of the Philippine Bar nga og ila gini silang pangitawan ang prescribe nga qualification of judge of a lower courts. And then sa number 3, a member of the judiciary must be a person of proven competence, integrity, probity, and independence. So kinahanglan ang mga membro nga prubahan nga ay proven gid siya nga competence, na siya integrity, probity, and then independence person. And then section 8, number 1, which is paragraph 1, sorry. A judicial and bar council is hereby created under the supervision of the Supreme Court composed of Chief Justice. So naa siya ganina, di ba? Na ay Chief Justice dito, composed siya sa Chief Justice ang Supreme Court. And then number 2, the regular members of the council shall be appointed by the president for a term of 4 years with the consent of the Commission on Appointments. So regular members siya sa council, siya appointed by the president, gi-appoint siya sa president nga mao ni siya nga kibaling gi-appoint lagi. Kailangan na siya i-term sa na-term nga 4 years, nagdugay siya sa 4 years. O napagid siya ay dapat nga consent gikan sa Commission on Appointment, kibalik kasulatan. And then number 3, the clerk of the Supreme Court shall be the secretary ex of the council and shall keep a record of its proceedings. So dani na ang kuana siya ang dani na ang secretary sa paragraph 3 nga mukupot sa mga records, mga proceeding, mga unsa pay uban na nga mga papeles na ila nang taguan, ila nang ikip. And then sa paragraph 4, the regular members of the council shall receive such emoluments as may be determined by the Supreme Court. Maragya pa ni ang mga regular nga members, mga staff sa Supreme Court shall receive such emolument as may be determined by the Supreme Court. And then there is a section 5 in article 8 ay paragraph 5, the council shall have the principal functions of recommending opportunities to the judiciary. Dere ang council kinahanglan nga na ay principal function nga naa siya function nga mag-recommend sa appointees nga katong iyang gi-appoint nga person sa judiciary. Na. And then in section 9, the members of the Supreme Court and judge of the lower court shall be appointed by the president or a list of at least three nominees prepared by the judicial and bar council for every vacancy. So diri na tumusulod ang mga membro nga katong ipang-appoint sa president nga naa sila mga consent diri na nga at least 3 nominees, tulo ka mga nominado, tulo ka person or 3 nominees prepared by the judicial and bar council kung naay mga vakante, mga vacancies kailangan ay tulo ka nominees. And then sa section 10, the salary of the Chief Justice and the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court and of judges of lower court shall be fixed by law. So kato ng mga ibali mga sweldo, mga salary sa mga Chief Justice and mga Associate Justice, pati na Japon ang mga ubos nga mga courts, the lower courts shall fix by law. Ilan na ginang i-fix ang mga sweldo, mga salary. And then section 11, the members of the Supreme Court and judge of the lower court shall hold office during good behavior until they reach the age of 70 years or becoming incapacitated to discharge the duties of their office. So katong kibali mo na ni siya dani sa section 11 ang katunang mo retire na nga mga membro sa Supreme Court nga good behavior, dapat nasa good behavior sila until they reach the age of 70. So ilang retire 70, become incapacitated, wala na sa capacity, di ba? To discard, ipakuha na sila, ipahawa na kibali, i-discard, tanggalon sa ilang duties of their office kay lagi kuha na sila sa age limit. And then section 12, the members of the Supreme Court and of other courts established by law shall not be designated to any agencies performing quasi-judicial and administrative functions. Dininadayon ang mga quasi or administrative functions, dini na sila musulod. So a member of the Supreme Court, murag yapon membro sa Supreme Court nga mag-establish by the law shall not be designated to any agencies. So dili na mag-abot pa sa lain mga agencies to perform quasi-judicial and administrative functions. Proceed to section 13. The conclusions of the Supreme Court in any case submitted to it for decision in bank or in division shall be reached in consultations before the case in assigned to a member of for the written of the opinion of the court. So diri na sila ang Supreme Court mag ilan na itong ilang ipang-conclude ang mga kaso nga i-submit dito sa korte para madesisyonan o maabot ang consultation before the case is assigned. O sa wala pa na kuan ang nakonsulta ang kaso, kailangan assign to a member of a writing to the opinion of the court. So section 14, no decision shall be rendered by any court without expressing therein clearly and distinctly the facts and the law on which it is based. So walay desisyon, walay mga desisyon nimo, walay desisyon sa kuan nga mo rendered ay nga ma-rendered sa any court without expressing therein clearly. So dili pa madesisyonan kung unsa pa, wala pa nila napakita na ipa-express ang ilang mga opinion nga klaro. and distinctly the facts, ang mga tinuod, mga facts which is true, and the law on which it is based. So dito na din mo base ang balaod sa kanang ilang ginapakita mga distinctly the facts, ang mga tinuod. And then section 15, dire sa section 15 ko ano siya mga taas-taas. Number 1, all cases or matters filed after the effectivity of the consultation must be decided or resolved within 24 months. So ang mga kaso, mga matters, mga kaso kailangan gid nga effectively constitution must be decided or resolved, maaprobahan na o maresolba within, sulod lang sa 24 months from the date of submission. Katong pag-submit sa kaso kailangan within 24 months dadto. And then number 2, a case or matter shall be then submitted for decision or resolution upon the filing of the last pleading brief or memorandum required by the rules of court or by the court itself. So, dito na, sa pagpasa na sa kaso or matters, kailangan na gid masolusyonan o ma-desisyonan mura gyapon niya dito sa paragraph 1 upon filing the last pleading. So katapusan na brief or memorandum required by the rules, mga memorandum nga gi-required sa balaod sa korte o sa korte gid sa kaugalingon sa korte, di ba? And then paragraph 3, upon the expiration of the corresponding period, a certification of this effect signed by the Chief Justice or the preceding judge shall forthwith be issued by a copy thereof attached of a record of the case or matter and served upon the parties. O dire na dayon kamulo hearing ang mga sa corresponding period nang inig mag-hearing na mga certification nga gipang-signan sa mga Chief Justice o Presiding Judge. Kinahanglan nga mag-issue sa copy nga i-attach sa record datong kaso. O mo na din to inapakita sa inig mag-hearing na sa while mag-hearing na sa kaso. And then number 4, despite of expiration of the applicable mandatory period, the court without prejudice to such responsibility. So bisan na mga expiratory despite the expiration, applicable pa gyapon na og mandatory ang period gyapon sa korte without prejudice to such responsibility. And then the last section, which is section 16 na, the Supreme Court shall or within 30 days from the opening of each regular sessions of the Congress submit to the President of the Congress an annual report on the operation and activities of the judiciary. So, din sa Supreme Court na judiciary, ang kung sa judiciary kung naay mga complaint, so na mga regular session, so 30 days ra ginahanglan o then isubmit din sa President or the Kongreso ang report dadto sa judiciary. Kung sa judiciary iyang i-report dito kay mga activities or operations o ipasa din na siya dito sa presidents or mga Congress an annual report, magpasa siya sa report dito within 30 days. So 30 ra ka adlaw, and then that's all. So I hope na namin natunan atong ang report, and then natunan. So that's all. Thank you for listening.